Hello everyone, Krydex here. Welcome back to our Dyson Sphere program playthrough. Where we left off, we had gotten our interplanetary logistics connected up with titanium. I do need a bit more power on that planet. And then we had automated, whatever these are called, supermagnetic rings. So now I have some of these. And I am going to try to craft some solar sails in this episode, and then some of the EM rail ejectors and some ray receivers. And between all of that, I think that will give us power if I've understood correctly what the heck is going on. There's a high chance I have not. So I need prisms and circuit boards in an assembler so I can get some photon combiners. We do have prisms right here. And this would be a perfect place for some spray. And this is where I really wish I could just place splitters. You know what? I'm gonna do a thing I don't normally do, which is just ye old sorter. Throwing stuff onto a belt. Yes, I did. Well, I assumed they decayed because they have a lifetime research attached to them. So I think I was under the assumption they would not last forever because solar cell life is a research we can do. And then there's also the transmission efficiency. You know what? Maybe I should... Hold on. Here. I don't need all that crap right now. Honestly, probably don't need that either. Let's start with that because we are doing this next. So that'll be the next two researches. Anyway, okay, so we've got our prisms and circuit boards. Where are circuit boards? I want to say they're up here and nowhere else. No, we do have some circuit boards here. And how far do they go? They go all the way to here and then stop. So why don't we go up and over this sorter. Wait, what is happening here? Oh, that's... I thought that was going down a level, but it's just turning. Okay, so we've got that and those. And those two need to come together in the spaghetti mess. Such a spaghetti mess. Someday we will have less of a spaghetti mess, but today is not that day. Okay, so you come over... Actually, here. Crap. There we go. Okay, so there's circuits, and then we need to bring over these prisms. Do you even need to be there? Apparently you did. You be there instead, though. Okay, so prisms here. We'll go up. Over to here. Under. Okay, that wasn't too bad. And then that gets us these guys. And I'll put those in a chest for now. I will need to automate the solar sails, but I can at least build a few this way. Alright, and each solar sail needs one, half of one of those. Oh, hold on, we need to spray this. Must spray. Heck. Let me build on the end of it. Brr. Oh, you are a frustrating one, are you not? That was stupid. Okay. You go there. You go through. You put that in there. You go. Okay, good. More inventory. I like it. You go through here and back. Okay, so then those have productivity attached to them. And then did I do that? I think I forgot to do that for these guys. Yep. So we definitely want to spray this as well. Yes, you can prod everything, and they're at 20% too, which is pretty dang good. When everything gets 20%, the amount of raw resources you save is pretty crazy. And that's only tier 2. I think it's 24% or 25% at tier 3. If I'm remembering that correctly. Yes, you do get to double dip. Well, what do you mean by double dip? You can productivity the productivity, but what I'm getting at is like you can just productivity each step. But like if what is this? This one's still using the old proliferator Mark 1. Strange. Let's get rid of that. Compounding interest. Yeah, I mean, every single step of production can have productivity on it. So, by the end of a long chain, you have a lot of free stuff. Okay, so we want this EM rail ejector thing. I think we're going to just build one for now. And then I need this thing. Also build one for now. Maybe I need more than one. It's only 6 megawatts. I'll build 4 of those to start. And then I need some graphene, which I have a bunch of somewhere. Here it is. Also, our sulfuric acid is not proliferated? What? It looks like it is. Maybe this guy just hasn't built any graphene in a long time. Let's grab some. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so graphene, and then I just need to handcraft a bunch, I guess. How fast are these? They're pretty fast. So let's see what these solar sails do. Maybe we'll find a new location, maybe over here. Or we'll go up by our existing Dealey logistics station. Okay, we'll try this. So, step 1. Find the building. There it is. EM rail ejector. Ta-da!
An EM rail ejector. You have taken the first step to build the Dyson sphere.
Yeah, I have.
Now you can use it to send solar sails into space for forming the Dyson swarm.
Okay.
Each EM rail ejector requires to set up orbit and supply with solar sails.
Got it.
Also, you can use copy and paste to set orbits. If you want a Dyson swarm orbit become more diversified, you can click the Dyson sphere button.
We did look at that earlier.
Corner of the screen to open the Dyson sphere panel.
Okay.
Make your customization.
So we'll start with orbit 1. Wow, it's ready to go there. Dang. Dyson swarm. Receive energy by ray receiver. Okay. I'll throw some in there and yoink. Cool. Charges up. Cooling down. Nice. Oh, cool. Sweet! Okay, so those solar sails are landing in the orbit. Can I get like a better view of them? Oh, okay, they're little hexagons. Cool. Oh man, that's really cool. Okay, now I build the ray receiver. Where is that? Here? Too close to the email ejector. Okay. Oh, you can fly straight up to him in space. Oh, I need to do that.
You built a ray receiver, which can receive the high-energy rays transmitted from the Dyson sphere and directly input them to the power grid. However, caused by the ray receiving efficiency, the ray receiver's requested power will be larger than the documented output power of the Dyson sphere. You can keep it working or upgrade technologies to increase the ray receiving efficiency.
Got it. So let's see, requested power. So I guess the question is, can I build as many of these as I want and they'll all make the same amount, or are they competing for the same rays from the Dyson swarm? Hey Apophenia, welcome on in. Interplanetary logistics, that's what I'm trying to say, is going well. We set up titanium from the ice planet. Also, like, can these overlap more, or is that a problem? I guess we'll find out. Those have to warm up. So we are currently trying to receive rays from our Dyson swarm. And this thing is launching solar sails, which live for about an hour and a half. Or is that exactly an hour and a half? Something like that. Into a Dyson swarm. Which is cool. And I don't know exactly how many... Okay, these are competing for the total pool from the Dyson swarm. Requested power. Show the current requested power by the ray receiver from the Dyson sphere. The requested power will be greater than the rated power output. Oh, that's right. Okay. So the max output is 6 megawatts, but it would require 20 of the Dyson sphere megawatts to do that. And our Dyson sphere can currently, quote-unquote, produce 80 megawatts, it looks like. Wait, what is that saying? Oh no, that's the requested. Our Dyson sphere is actually producing 1.5 megawatts. And the requested power is being reduced by a large percentage because of our receiving only efficient by 30%. That was not a good sentence. I've been infected by this game's English, apparently. Now, the only thing I don't totally understand is, can I build these closer together? Because it looks like I can. I don't see any way that these are less efficient than the ones that are spaced farther apart, so... Yeah, okay. Cool. So that's nice. We are going to need a lot more solar sails, so we should go automate those. And probably deliver them via logistics here. Solar sail demand. Couple hundred. And then that will request solar sails. We'll load those in. Oh, is this one where I can just hook the belt in? No, it's not. I feel like that's another interesting thing about this game, is there are things where you can attach belts directly in, and there are things where you can't, and it doesn't really feel like they do a good job of telling you which ones are which. Yeah, so we'll load those in so he can keep launching. Pitch limit? What does that mean? What do you mean pitch limit? Okay, generation capacity. Oh, you know what I bet this means? Is... Yeah, it can't launch because the angle it needs to shoot at to add more to the Dyson swarm would be too low right now, I guess. Yeah, because it would want to launch at 21. So it can only launch at certain times of the day, essentially, is what that means. That's cool. So ideally you'd have a couple guns at different places, or maybe a more polar place, because then it's more likely to be able to launch at all times of day. But then when it's the winter, you'll be inclined away from the sun, which could be bad. So I guess you kind of got to pick your poison. If you go with the equator, they can shoot half of the day, roughly every day. But if you go with the poles, they can shoot for like an entire half of the year. And if your orbital inclination's not very much, you can maybe just shoot all year round. It's interesting. Okay, well, we need to automate solar sails anyway, so let's go do that. Solar sails are the graphene and those new things we just set up. You wrap them around the planet? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so these are set up. Probably don't need too many in the building here. And then we need to bring graphene over. Yay, the life of a solar sail is longer. Okay, you two can make solar sails. And I need to bring graphene over. She needs to be at level what? 3, 4, 5, level 5 to come over all that junk? Where is graphene right now? Graphene's over here. Okay, this belt is graphene. Oh, okay, that's not too far. We'll just do a little splitter here. Probably that one. You like to have a solar and wind farm wrap around the equator? Yeah, that makes sense. I was talking about that with someone else the other day. Okay, and then this is gonna go underneath that, I think. Yeah. Huzzah! Solar sails automated. And then, go in. This is garbage. Just clear that out. Clear that out. We're not really using this for anything at the moment, actually. Okay, but we are going to supply solar sails. Up to, we'll just say 500 for now. I don't really know how many I'm going to need, but I feel like that's enough. Okay. Now this just needs to fill up, and then it'll start providing. We'll just give it a head start. Because these are just pretty slow. Actually, these are working full speed. Alright, there we go. And then solar sails fly in, and then that will start transporting. We'll make drones carry a full load. Yeah, there's some steel flying across the sky. Alright, so back up to our EM launcher. The pitch angle is now decreasing again, that's good. And you have to choose which orbit it's launching into. Now, are the orbits purely visual, or can you only fit so many in a single orbit and then you need to like start putting more in a second and third orbit? Oh, that's a good point, Savitsme, because you do get upgrades for how much they can carry, so they're going to carry... Well, the logistics vessels especially are going to carry a lot eventually. The drones are only going to carry like 50 or even maybe 100 to 150, but that should be fine still. But the logistics vessels eventually are going to carry like 1,000 or 2,000 or something. Visual until you get to the sphere. Okay. Thank you for answering that question. But yeah, now we should be good to go. Should I build 2 of these? Do they stop shooting solar sails once I have as many as I need? How do they know when to stop? These are the questions I don't know the answers to. But yeah, I'll build 1 more. We'll have that launch onto a second orbit just for fun. You know, it's interesting, they do have different angles. That one is 27, whereas that one's 33 right now. Okay, and then these are still... Oh, wait, what? Why is no... Oh, do these have to be facing the sun? Kind of like solar power? Oh. Well, that's interesting. So we're gonna need a ring of these around the planet then? Or can you put them on the... Well, the poles would have the same problem again, but... Interesting. Okay, so there's the sunrise. You can see the ray strength increasing again. But then, okay, I'm confused again though, because the continuous receiving then is going to reset every day. Yeah, that makes the ones around the equator kind of crappy. These charge up so slowly. Or does that charge up faster when the Dyson sphere itself is stronger? Maybe that's how it works. Because otherwise, these are basically useless. They don't even get to like 10% by the end of the day. Maybe that's just because I don't have enough solar sails yet. We'll see. We'll get a lot more solar sails today, now that I have 2 launchers and at least 150 in storage with more on the way. But yeah, I'll definitely want to build some up at the poles, which means I need to craft more. I should probably automate these. Silicon, steel. Let me grab some more steel. Grab some more silicon. Grab some more of those magnet rings, processors. What else did I need? Oh, this stuff. Oop, the launching has begun. So cool. Oh, you can even see where they're launching them into. So this one's not launching yet. It still needs a little bit more. What is the pitch limit? 5 degrees? 4 degrees? 3? 7? This is cool. Oh, there it is. It's blue. You can see it like charge up along the barrel. That's sweet. For the supply run, stand a bit away from a logistics station and try to take or put stuff into them. Well, I don't have a lot of stuff in my logistics stations yet. That's part of the problem. Okay, so these are outputting 215 kilowatts. Oh yeah, I think, yeah, the max output is increasing above 6. Okay, so that is extra, Apophenia. Or no, sorry, Sev, it's me, you were the one that said that. I think the continuous receiving is just extra. Oh, logistics stations can be interacted with anywhere on the planet? So I could just be standing over here and then grab iron. Interesting. That's good to know. Alright, let's look at our Dyson swarm. Actually, we have fuel, right? Let's go explore our Dyson swarm. For fun. Ooh, can we get hit by one of our own solar sails? That would be hilarious. This is super cool. Oh yeah, we got plenty of energy. I still have 30 hydrogen fuels. All right, here we are. The solar sail swarm. They're not quite super high res, but I'll accept it. Still super cool. Six triangles. I feel like maybe there could be some sort of algorithm that makes them a little bit higher definition when you're this close to them, but otherwise they're still just 6 triangles. Anyway, I need to figure out how to get home. Here. So, Angel Stern. 3. Okay, there we go. Now, I brought enough energy. The sad part is it just takes a long time to recharge. So we shall take a drink. But yeah, this is cool. We've already got like most of a ring. I should maybe add a third one. I feel like 3 is the visually optimal amount. Kind of it, you know, 2 going this way, 1 going up and down, or something like that. Alright, so I need a bunch more of those ray receivers. Bam. Although right now they're not receiving enough in the first place. So our Dyson sphere currently is producing 6 megawatts. It needs to be producing 86 megawatts just to power these 4. Ugh. And now they've reached their pitch limit due to the sun being high in the sky. Interesting. We're getting into spicy geometry. Definitely. Hey, there it is. Minus 10% loss. So now they default to 37% or whatever. 36. I don't know what it'll actually be once we lose that piece. But that helps. That helps. Should I add a third one of these, maybe? I don't know. What I do know is this isn't quite as much power as I thought. I mean, when we build it up, it'll start to add up for sure, because we've got 188 solar sails, but once that's like 2,000 solar sails or 10,000 solar sails, that will definitely begin to build up. I do need some more power for my own fuel chamber here. Where am I going? Hydrogen. There you are. And then I need some titanium. Oh, I'm not putting any titanium into storage anymore, am I? I need to do that. Just for a couple squares. Yeah, you're probably right, Savitsme, but they're super cool, so I want to set them up because they're super cool. At this point, I think solar panels would be a far more efficient route to go. Solar panels, or even just chemical power, honestly. Or the deuterium thing that I researched. Like, that's probably way more effective in terms of resources, is this. And then the fusion power generation. Yeah, I mean, those supply 600 megajoules each. We're only needing one of those titanium thingies. No, that's 1,200 megajoules, and that's not even factoring in productivity. Yeah, honestly, I should just build this. That'll be way more power. With a lot less total resource investment. But, I guess this takes quite a bit of power, though, to make the deuterium, but that's fine. 12 megawatts for 2.5 seconds will make me 5 deuterium and 5 deuterium. After factoring in productivity, 5 deuterium is like at least 300 megajoules. So that will run this building for like a minute or 2 or 3 minutes. I don't know. My gas giant situation is fine. I guess I don't know exactly what the options are. This thing that I have provides me with fire, ice, and hydrogen. I don't know what the alternatives are, or if the rates are the alternative, but either way, let me make as many as I can of those, at least for now, and then probably the next big step is transitioning more to logistic stations rather than mass spaghetti. I do like the mass spaghetti, but it is some hefty spaghetti. Oh, you had deuterium on the gas giant. Gotcha. Well, I can make deuterium from hydrogen once I finish these researches, so that should be fine. Also, I think we've got a bit of an issue on yellow science. Are we not making enough? Yeah, I don't have enough of these crystals. And the reason for that, I think, is titanium. Or are these all working? Oh no, that's the crystals themselves. These guys. Yeah, we just don't have enough titanium. So then the reason for that is probably because of power on the other planet. And I probably need like a couple more logistics vessels. So let's handcraft, I don't know. I think 3 more is probably enough. And then for power, what's the best way to set that up? Now with fire ice, I can't turn that just directly into power. I do get some hydrogen from it. There was some coal on the planet, but not a ton. Was there oil? Can't remember. Ooh, look at those nice Dyson rings. Okay, so Angel Stern. Here. What is the always show label? But then I click off of it and it's not showing the label. I'm a little confused on what that button even does, to be honest. In any case, yeah, solar's pretty low because it's farther away from the sun. Does that apply to the Dyson solar sails, or does that only apply to regular solar power? Curious. But yeah, this planet doesn't have a lot of great power options because there's not oil, there's a very tiny amount of coal, and there's no power generating liquids. And fire ice is not something that you can make a ton of power from easily. Unless there's a new recipe I don't have yet, but all that to say, I might just send nuclear fuel there once in a while and use that for power. But I don't have that yet. I could try plopping down some ray receivers up there and see what happens. I've got 10 more with me. And as annoying as solar is, I can always just place more. Yeah, let's just... Or I mean, wind power. I've got the whole planet to use. So maybe I'm just overcomplicating it a little bit here. Oh, that's not good. We've used all of our rings. I haven't really increased production of those things since the very early game. So that would be a good idea. Can I handcraft those? Oh, I can. Wow. Can't handcraft the deuterium, though. Okay. That's a bit of a problem. I guess I can handcraft a few if I had magnets, which I don't. Let's just fix this. It's gonna be weird. Does that work? Ta-da! Okay, that should get me some more magnets, hopefully enough. And let's check on this iron mine, because we haven't really looked at it in forever. Looks like it's still okay. Alright, so that should be plenty of magnets. I should upgrade this. Let's see, upgrade. There we go. Upgrade that. And then we're actually out of the magnet rings, which ideally we would have 2 assemblers for. At least. 1 is definitely not enough. So we'll do this, and then this. This will come back. I don't know why I keep thinking I have to insert onto the other side of the building, because I really don't. I can just do that. Although this one should be on the other side of the building, because then we can grab in that way. And these are the magnet coils. Okay. And I may need to upgrade you to blue. Okay, and that should give me some more coils than before. Hopefully, how many trips can that handle? 3 per second. These are going to use about 2 a second minus, give or take some. So that's still more than I was getting before. I'm not even sure what these are going into. Follow the yellow brick road. Okay. Aha! This is where they're going. Going into electromagnetic turbines, and then those are going into these guys, which require even more coils. Okay, that makes sense. I do not have Mark II constructors automated yet. I haven't even honestly looked. I could automate them now. The processors are pretty expensive, and I haven't had a huge need for them yet, but I will eventually. Okay, that does not need that many. Okay, well, let's see. Yeah, I do have the processors automated over here. I just don't have a ton of silicon. That's actually been the main reason. So now that I have interplanetary logistics, I could bring silicon back from this other planet. But first, I need to go solve the problems we set out to solve in the first place, which is more power for the other planet. You know, you're never done. Never done. Well, I'm glad I have 2 of these running now, but... Wait, product stacking. What is this? Oh, crap. These are not fast enough. Because they're 3 distance. Yeah, I don't normally use the 3 distance ones. So these guys need to be blue as well, actually. And then that should be able to keep up. Alright. And then that's up to 6 a second, which is awesome. Okay. Power buildings automated. Why would I automate that? It's just a game about automation. Come on. You expect too much of me. You expect too much of me, good sir. Yeah, I mean, I have 19 more. Let's just fly over there real quick. Do I have... Yeah, we got plenty of power. Where are you at? Angel Stern 4. There it is. Escape. Not a sir. Sorry. My apologies. Madame or preferred pronoun of choice. Yeah, I think power is interesting in this game because it's super easy at first. But then you don't really get any mid-game boost. Like, you really just have the chemical fuel and basic solar and basic wind for a really long time. I mean, even now, like, my solar sails, I would need a ton of them. So it doesn't feel like that's a great option. And finally, I'm just starting to get towards the nuclear fuel option. Or the fusion reactor. Which is probably the route that I'm going to go next. Because I think the fusion power is, at least in terms of input resources, fairly cheap. Let's not miss the planet here. Yeah, I mean, if I were to play this again, I would probably go a little bigger scale. This being my first playthrough, I think there's a little bit of, like, just get it done, you know? And that's good enough. Okay, so we need more vessels first. Okay, this thing did eventually get charged up, so that's cool. So the issue is actually just the amount of logistics vessels for sure. Can I craft more? Yeah. We'll get to a total of 10 maybe. Although then that will take even more power. Oh, come on now. Play nice with the polar grid, why don't you? Okay. I do have some solar, but I don't have any accumulators to go with it, so it's pretty useless. Although, given that the giant thing is an accumulator, maybe it wouldn't be useless. I don't know. The logistics station. Generation capacity 3 point... Wait, what? I'm so confused. Why is it not taking the maximum amount when it's down at 30 megawatts? Actual charge power equals max charge power times percentage of current energy loss. Energy loss? Why am I losing energy? I just don't understand. If it can take up to 30 megawatts, It's not like we have 30 megawatts in the first place, so why is it reducing its consumption? I don't totally understand that. But it does look like it can charge all the way up here. Oh, also, did I finish crafting the 4 more? Yep, there we go. Yeah, a ring around the planet sounds cool. The problem is I didn't really plan for that, and we have all sorts of stuff in the way now. Okay, well, hopefully 10 logistics vessels is enough. And when do I get the first upgrade on logistic vessel? We can, in yellow science, get more carrying capacity, which is going to be obviously huge, because that's 50% more, then that's another 100, so that literally doubles the logistics vessels. So we should probably start researching towards that, because then that will make that a lot more efficient, both in terms of how many vessels I need to build and how many, or how much power the vessels end up using. But yeah, I don't totally understand this whole charging power thing. I'm very confused. So maybe we'll leave it at about 100. So then it still charges at 8 megawatts. Yeah, the consumption's going down as it gets closer to being full, I guess. Maybe that's... it somehow is just charging a percentage. Times percentage of current energy loss. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Okay. Well, we'll just leave it for now. I think that'll work. Alright, so we'll fly back home. Oh, look. Look at all these logistics vessels coming back. Alright, well, I think we will probably be done after we land here. And then we'll just have to keep working on more power, probably nuclear power, in the next video. Ah, yes, a curve that trends towards a limit. Well, yeah, so an asymptote would be like as something approaches, but it's, so, you know, asymptotic is probably the word for that. But it's also potentially like a logistics curve too. I don't know. It wasn't entirely clear why it was doing what it was doing. But I'm guessing it just reduces its power draw as it gets closer to full. But it's not entirely clear why it would do that. But who knows? This game has lots of little features that don't totally explain themselves. But yeah, so we've got interplanetary logistics going. It looks like we actually are maybe going to have enough titanium for the first time in our lives, which is great. So for those of you on YouTube, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you all next time.